Hello team, my name is Rohit. Today we are gonna little bit discussion about one coding question.
So today the problem we are going to have a look at is find sum of median of two sorted arrays. So the problem statement will be given given two sorted arrays of size n, that is both of the arrays have to be of same size. Find the sum of the middle elements of the array we get after merging both of them in sorted manner. So suppose the size of the array is 5. Both of the array 1 and array 2 have 5 elements, and all of these elements are sorted in order. So if we merge them, then we will merge them in a sorted manner, then we have to get the sum of the medians. So important thing to notice here is that whatever be the value of n, if we merge two arrays of the same size, then the size of that merged array will always be even. So we cannot get a particular median for that array. We will have two medians, one at the n by 2 position, another one will be at the n by 2 plus 1 position. That is why we are actually having the sum of median concept here. So if we actually merge this array, how it would be like 1, 2, 4 and 5, 8, 9, 11, 14, like that. So 10 elements. And if we see the indices will be from 0 to 9, so the median will be at 4 and 5th index. So in the merged array, 1 will be at the 0 index, this will be at the 1 index, this will be at 2 index, 3 index, 4 index, 5 index. So you see two medians are 5 and 8. So the expected output we will be having is 13, because 5 and 8 are at the median of the merged array. So let's have a look at the approach we are going to take to solve this problem. So basically we first will calculate the median of both the arrays m1 and m2, and if we see that both of this m1 and m2 are equal, then we will return either 2 into m1 or 2 into m2. Now one thing, we will be actually checking some basic constraints that we will do in the programming part, that is, if the size of the arrays is 0, then no point of returning any sum of medians. If the size of the arrays are only 1, then the only element will be the median, so we'll return the sum of the elements of those arrays. And otherwise, when the size of the arrays will be 2, then we will use this statement here. So we'll come back to here. So let's again go back here. So if m1 is equals to m2, then we will do it. Otherwise, if m1 is less than m2, then the medians will be present in two sub-arrays. The first sub-array in the array 1 from middle element to the last, and in the array 2 from start to the middle element. Now if this is not the case, m1 is not less than m2, then the median will be present in the sub-arrays which are array 1 starting from the middle element, and in array 2 from middle element to the last element. So these two steps are to be repeated until we get that the sub-array sizes are 2. Now if the sizes are 2, then we will return this value. We will get the maximum of array 1 0 and array 2 0, that is the first element of both the arrays, which will be maximum, and we will get the minimum of the first index of both of the arrays, whichever will be minimum, and we will add it, and that will be the expected output for us. So all this will be clear when we jump onto the programming part. So I have actually taken these two arrays here. So now the only thing that we need is we need to get the size of the arrays. One thing to notice is that if the sizes are different, then this program will not be applicable for those arrays. So we're going to take a size of both of these arrays. Now if n1 is equals to n2, only then we will execute a function, and we will save the return value of the function in this variable sum. So I'll name the function as find median sum actually. So and I'll pass these two arrays, array 1 and array 2, and size. So if n1 and n2 is equal, so you can pass anything, n1 or n2. And lastly, I'll print down a message: the sum of medians is sum. That's it. Now otherwise, if this is not the case, well, we can actually just print out a message that will say, like, we don't do that here, right? So now let's go ahead and define this function, find median sum. So this function will have return type of integer, and now the argument data types: integer type of array, array 1, another integer type of array, array 2, and the size will be n integer. So now if n is less than is equals to 0, then we're going to return -1, which will be indicating that it's not possible to actually get the sum of the medians because no element is there. Now if n is equals to 1, then we'll return, these are the basic constraints, array 1 of 0 plus array 2 of 0. And lastly, if n is equals to 2, then we will do this, return max of array 1 of 0, array 2 of 0 plus min of array 1 of 1, array 2 of 1. Now we'll get the medians of both the arrays. So I'll use a function here, I'll name it median. I'll pass the array and the size of the array. So just copy it, and here this will be array 2, this will be m2. So let's right now define this median function here. So again, this will have also integer as its return type, and the arguments will be an integer type array and the size int n. So if we see that the size of the array is even, so n ampersand 2 is equals to 0, then we'll say return array. Okay, let me just do this array here. Okay, so array of n by 2 plus array of n by 2 plus 1. Let me just give it yes by 2. Otherwise I'll simply say return array of n by 2. That's it. So this is the median function here. Now we'll check if m1 is equals to m2, then we'll say return 2 into m1. Now if that is not the case, if m1 is less than m2, this is the case, then again I'm going to check the number of elements we have in the arrays, whether even or odd. If this is even, then we'll do a recursion call, find median sum, and here this will be array 1 plus n by 2 minus 1, array 2, and the number of elements here will be n minus n by 2 plus 1. Right then, and otherwise if this is not the case, then we'll say return find median sum array 1 plus n by 2 array 2 n minus n by 2. So now if m1 is not less than m2, then we are simply going to check for the last condition, and again if the number of elements are even. So let me just copy it, because this is going to be almost the same. So here this is not going to be array 1, this is going to be array 2, and here this is going to be array 1. And otherwise if the number of elements are not even, then we're going to use this statement here. So paste it down. Let me just so this will again be array 2, and this will be array 1, right? So this should be the program. So let's now run this code. So the output is here, and as we had taken two arrays which had 5 and 8 as the middle elements, so the sum of the medians of these two sorted arrays is going to be 5 plus 8 is equal to 13, and we have this as the output here. So this was a very simple example of how we could actually implement a program which will calculate the sum of the medians of two sorted arrays. Thank you for watching this video and staying with us. See you next time.